Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first and only episode of my podcast where we, as in just I, talk about all of our favorite horror movies. Today, I wanted to talk about a specific movie, 2016's The Boy. I wanted to share my experience watching this movie in theaters and being completely blindsided by the twist revealed in its third act, which flipped this brooding horror film into somewhat of an absurdist comedy. I'll elaborate on that in just a bit. To give a bit of background information, I was about 15 years old when this movie came out, and I was watching it in a packed theater along with my older brother and our parents. The plot was nothing too complex. An American nanny takes up a job caring, quote unquote, for a porcelain doll. That's right, a porcelain doll. And it resembled the presumably deceased son of these two upper class English aristocrats. And during her time taking care of this doll in their large mansion, there's a lot of spooky things that happen that make her and us as the audience believe that this doll is possessed or something. During the climax of the film, when shit starts hitting the fan, she's had enough, and the doll shatters in the midst of it. Everyone in the scene pauses. Everyone's on the edge of the seat. What's gonna happen? Is the spirit gonna come out and start ravaging everything, or is there no threat at all? What no one expected was for this mountain of a man-child in a porcelain mask to start busting down walls and murdering everyone. For about 90 minutes, we thought we were watching a run-of-the-mill scary movie with a generic plot about a cursed doll. What we did not expect was that there was no supernatural element, and the main driving force behind this plot was this giant baby man. As he enters the scene in slow motion, everyone in the scene is staring in awe and terror, and I couldn't help but start laughing. And then my brother joined in, and it was the hardest we had laughed in years. I was crying, and I was struggling to breathe in between gasps and laughs. To play up the absurdity of the situation, no one else in the theater was laughing. There were even gasps of shock and surprise, which is understandable given that the scene was not played for laughs. It was meant to be a big reveal and the big twist of this movie. But that only heightened the comedy for my brother and I, and it wasn't until the credits rolled that we could finally calm down. So, in conclusion, was The Boy a bad movie? Yeah, the ending was pretty fucking dumb. But it will always have a special place in my heart for managing to be one of those movies that's so bad it's good. And it provided me with so much joy and entertainment in that moment that I can't really compare to any other horror movie I've seen. At least any horror movie that was played straight. I don't really have anything much else to add to that. I guess it's that things can be appreciated in multiple ways. Have you ever seen a film that failed to kind of deliver on its premise and instead delivered something else, like a horror film that turned into a comedy, or vice versa? If you have, kind of think about it and see which aspects you may have enjoyed about it, even if it wasn't that great. That's all I have to say.